There is a number of reasons why I chose to leave the UK. Let me hit off with number 10. It's a no-brainer. I choose to live in Thailand instead of the UK because of the weather. The weather here for the best part is amazing. It's always hot, and even when it's not and it does rain, it's still refreshing. It's still nice to get rain once in a while, but for my mental health, for my lifestyle, the weather in Thailand is phenomenal. For any of you that have been on holiday here, you'll understand what I mean. Realistically, I wasn't born on this planet to reside in the UK and live in wet, cold, windy, snowy, shitty weather. So number 10, and like I said, no particular order, I chose to move to Thailand because of the weather. Number 9 is less crime. Now, I've already touched upon all of the little shits that are looting, murdering people, ruining our streets, ruining society because of this new breed of little chavvy gangster mug that's out there. These little pricks on TikTok that are ruining families' lives, giving them trauma because they've invaded their home. People that have been accosted, people that have been abused on public transport. Because we're living in a lawless society, the police won't intervene in the majority of these cases. There was only a time up in Bradford a few days ago where teenagers were literally running the police off of the street. I live in Thailand and there is far less crime. Is it void of crime altogether? Absolutely not. It's not realistic in the world that we live. But I would allow my girlfriend to walk down the road at 1 o'clock in the morning in a city like Bangkok and feel comfortable with her being safe. Unlike London, unlike Manchester, unlike Liverpool and all of the major cities. In fact, even the small towns and villages in the UK, there's this idiot mentality in the UK. I was only talking the other day to my girlfriend and I said to her, can you imagine there was just a shopkeeper that had just literally taped off and said back in 10 minutes. If that was in the UK, the shop would have been ransacked and robbed. It's the idiot mentality. It's the expectant mentality. So for me, I experience far less crime in Thailand. And number 8 on my list of the reasons why I left the UK to live in Thailand is much friendlier people. Now I live in I used to live in a lovely part of London, but you wouldn't say hello to many of your neighbours, maybe one or two. You walk down the road, people's heads are down. You wouldn't say hello to a complete stranger. Here in Thailand, I go out, by the time I've actually gone 5 minutes up the road for my morning coffee, I've probably said hello, smiled at 7, 8, 9, 10 people. Security guards, road sweeps, general people that own cafes, restaurants, bars, rental places, just people you bump into in the street, there's a better energy. People are appreciative more of life. So without a shadow of a doubt, something that fills my heart with joy is the friendlier people, the friendlier environment in Thailand. Coming in at number 7, the food. Might not be for everybody. Not everybody wants to eat the spice. Maybe not everybody's into the type of cuisine, the type of ingredients and produce that Thailand gives us. But I can tell you now, for me, Thailand has, without a shadow of a doubt, the best food in the world, and it's inexpensive. I eat it day in, day out, although over the last few days I have been indulging into some Western comfort food, but even that is done fantastically in Thailand. So without a shadow of a doubt, one of the big pulls that has got me to Thailand is the cuisine. Number 6. I'm not even going to go off on a rant on this one. Cancel culture. It's prevalent in the UK. Russell Brand is getting it in the arse as we speak. Somebody else is going to be getting it in the arse next week, the week after. They're going to be cancelled, deplatformed before any of these accusations have come to fruition and a legal process has been undertaken. There is no cancel culture here. There are 2 genders, male, female. They are acceptance of transgender people, but they separate them and understand them for what they are, transgender, i.e. they wasn't biologically born a female, but they choose to live a female lifestyle. It's called a ladyboy. They're accepted in society, they're not frowned upon. But like common sense would tell us, somebody that's born with the genitalia of a man, i.e. a penis, that hasn't fully transitioned to becoming a woman, biologically, are called what they are, a ladyboy. You can't even say that in the UK. You'll be cancelled, you'll be deplatformed, you'll be deemed homophobic, transphobic, racist, whatever it is. Cancel culture. It is the cancer of our society. All of the left woke warriors, all of the Karens out there are causing so many people's lives misery because of something they have said, not meaning to say. The cancel culture is killing the UK society. It doesn't exist in Thailand. Number 5 on the list is gyms, be that fitness gyms, be that MMA, boxing, Muay Thai gyms. They are, now I'm not shitting on all the gyms in the UK, there are some fantastic gyms, don't get me wrong, but when you get a top gym in Bangkok or Pattaya or Phuket, for those that have been here, you will agree with me, the gyms are far better than what we've got in the UK. Better facilities, better training schedules, some of the world-class trainers, and I'm not going on everything, don't get me wrong. I think if I lived next door to some of the gyms that we do have in London, I wouldn't be quite as biased here. But all I will turn around and say is if you look at the Virgin gyms in Bangkok compared to what we've got in London, the Virgin gyms absolutely piss on the London ones. What they've got in Bangkok is far, far superior. Even their standard run-of-the-mill Virgin gym in Thailand would be deemed a black label gym, which is like the prestige gyms that Virgin have in central London. So for me personally, the gyms are far superior here. Now, slightly controversial, but I'm going to put it out there. Number 4, health service. Now, I know a lot of you are going to turn around and say, but we've got the NHS. Nobody else has got that. Look at America, look at this. Understand, the NHS was a fantastic idea in the 1960s, the 1970s, and some of the 1980s. It is an archaic system that doesn't serve the UK population anymore. We are overpopulated. And I'm not getting back onto the illegal immigrant thing, and I dare say that there are going to be people calling for me to be cancelled by just merely saying this. But unregulated immigration puts a strain not only on overpopulation, but the people demanding service and healthcare from the NHS. I feel sorry for the NHS because they are pushed to their absolute limits. I know people that have been waiting for operations that have had to wait 9-10 months. Then 2 weeks before they get that cancer, before they have their operation, they're called and told them that that's been cancelled and they've got to wait another 6 months. And if they can't make that date that they've just sprung on them like that, it could be up to 2 years before they get their operation carried out. The NHS system is archaic, it doesn't serve us well, and what is the point of me paying money into the NHS when I can't actually get seen by a doctor, I can't get the medication I need from a doctor, don't get me started on TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. So why am I paying into something that doesn't benefit me? I'd much rather take my money out and get private healthcare, which I have done. So the healthcare in Thailand is far better, it's far superior, it's also a fraction of the price. Now, some of you might be watching this and saying, well, Thailand's a third world country. You clearly haven't been to Bangkok, my friend. You clearly haven't been to Bangkok. My blood test for TRT, a fraction of the price. TRT medication, a fraction of the price. Cosmetic surgery, a fraction of the price. Life-saving operations, a fraction of the price. And do you know what? A lot more efficient, a lot more effective, and a lot better private clinics in the major cities like Phuket and Bangkok than what we have in the UK. Don't believe me? Google and research it. Number 3, like-minded people. As I sit here in my apartment recording this video, I'm going to go down to the gym in a minute and I will bump into 5, 10, 15 people that either live in Bangkok full-time, live in Pattaya full-time, or come over here 4, 5, 6 months, back home for several months to attend business, and then they kind of to and fro as they please throughout the year. But one thing I can tell you is when you are in places like Phuket, in Bangkok, Pattaya, there are a lot more like-minded people. Now don't get me wrong, For those of you that know Thailand and would turn around and say, okay, but that's in the expat community. Ultimately, yes, but you choose on who you spend time with. You choose and have the decision is yours on who you go out and socialise with, who you do business with. I'm quite often to and fro into Bangkok for business meetings. The world has become a smaller place because transport's so easier and more freely available to everybody. So being based in Thailand to be able to deal with like-minded people that are fed up with the West, that are sick to death paying through the nose for taxes, that the tax is just being spunked up the wall, they've decided to make a stand, make the decision to go to a country that they feel more comfortable in, which is why I love to network with like-minded people in Thailand. Number 2, the standard of living. Now I had some comments on the video, Broken Britain, on why I love Thailand. And I had a few people tell me I couldn't live in a third world country. Thailand is not a third world country. In my condo block, there are Ferraris parked in there, top of the range Mercs, McLarens. In my old apartment in Bangkok, there was a helipad on the roof terrace. Now that will tell you something about how modern, how advanced, and how wealthy the elite are in Bangkok. Malls. There are more malls within the space of 10 minutes in central Bangkok selling designers, Louis Vuitton, Versace, Dolce & Gabbana, than what we've got back in London. And the great thing about the standard of lifestyle here is that when you're in warm climates, it will be a Tuesday night at 10:30. Back in the UK, I'd be tucked up in bed or watching Netflix on the couch, pissing it down with rain, freezing outside. Here, I'm outside just sitting on a roadside stall, having a drink with a friend, having a bite to eat with a friend, 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. The standard of living here is far superior. Last but not least, mental health. My mental health is better. Social integration, being able to go out, connect with people, popping out for a coffee is easier, going and meeting up with somebody is easier, sitting outside, eating with friends is far more acceptable, something you're more inclined to do because of the climate out here. Literally moving to Thailand has made me happier as a person. The weather is a big factor for that. The energy of people, the friendliness of people, the standard of living, the social integration, the businesses that I'm building here, my productivity, even these videos, making these videos, everything that I've just said from 10 to 2 all amounts to better mental health. Guys, are you considering leaving the UK? If so, why would you leave the UK? What is wrong with the UK in your opinion? Let me know, comments below. I want to build up this conversation. I want to know what is driving you to leave the UK or what is driving you for you to remain in the UK. I'm going to be making more videos on how you can effectively make money online. Not into any of these, I'm going to make you a rich person or you're wealthy overnight. It doesn't work like that. I'm not a wealth guru. I'm a discovery coach and mentor that help men like you live a more enjoyable life. I help build better men. I come at you through experience. I fucked up as many times as I've got things right. In fact, probably more so. But I'm 45 years old. I'm living the life. I'm making really good money online. Am I making money that you could make? Maybe, maybe not. We're all different as human beings, understand that. But I'm living the life I preach. I believe that Western society is broken, and I believe that you can create a better life if you make the fundamental decision and choices in life to do just that.